These are cricket legends versus cricket legends.
But someone who doesn't respect me, I've got no reason to respect him.
He is now really upset and letting him give him everything.
Talk about hating Aussies. There's one you do hate, right?
Ian Chappell.
Yeah.
At first, Jack Callis stunned Shane Watson with a ferocious bouncer.
They make an error.
Oh, hello. Where's all this coming from?
Well, he slipped himself there, Jack Callis. That was 142 k's an hour. Terrific delivery, steep bounce, good aggressive short ball.
But Morne Morkel took it to another level. He looked straight at Alistair Cook and said, "It's coming, Cookie."
Before he got him out, the previous over, he bowled 2 deliveries, 2 crackers, and you can hear Morkel say to Cookie, "It's coming, Cookie. It's coming, Cookie." And then he got him in the next over with a magnificent ball. No shame in getting out to this. The difference.
And next, Shane Warne produced something special. One flick of the wrist, and Laxman was left clueless.
VVS Laxman, an absolute ripper from Shane Warne, pitching Midland leg and spinning and knocking the top of off stump out.
That was the only time Warne ever bowled Laxman in his whole career. But look, this rivalry had real fire. Matthew Hayden was one of the few who actually dared to charge at the world's fastest bowler. But every time Shoaib got him out, the celebrations went wild. Once even costing Akhtar a $5,000 fine.
Pakistan, he's got him in front, LBW, and all of a sudden it's 1 for 6.
Brian Lara looked untouchable until Waqar Younis floored him with a lethal delivery.
Oh, he's bowling! What a fabulous delivery!
And next comes a brutal bouncer. Steve Harmison launched a 140km/h rocket that smashed straight into Rick Ponting's face. Blood dribbling from his cheek. But Ponting just wiped it off and carried on batting. Sometimes it's not the bouncers that hurt, it's the words. And Kumar Sangakkara made sure Pollock felt every word.
Oh, there's lots of pressure here for the skippy, eh? Gonna let his whole country down now if he fails. Oh, lots of expectations, fellas. Come on. Oh man, the weight of all these expectations, fellas. The weight of the country, chaps. 42 million supporters right here, depending on Sean.
But some players don't stop at just one legend. Shoaib Akhtar first knocked over Rahul Dravid, and then he sent Sachin Tendulkar's stumps flying.
Superb delivery by Shoaib Akhtar. Rahul Dravid played all over it.
Nothing worse. The batsman's been out there, he's just got himself cooled down, he gets up there and the bowler comes in and bowls the most magnificent Yorker.
The world of cricket loves to see Sachin Tendulkar. Well, we heard from Sunny before that maybe Sachin is due for a big knock to the maestro himself. Oh, fantastic delivery, both. That's amazing. Virtually the same delivery. A little straight to Stephanie. Fireworks here for Shoaib Akhtar. He is delighted.
That is a very, very special moment in Test cricket.
Don't underestimate Dwayne Bravo. His variations had Yuvraj searching for answers.
And the pressure now is on the bowling side. 2 to win from 3 balls.
A single will tie the match, but that's not going to be Yuvraj's aim. When they've got themselves in this kind of position. Here we go. Bravo to Yuvraj. Bowled all over. West Indies have won. Slow ball. Oh my goodness gracious. Miracle. Absolute miracle. Dwayne Bravo is the hero. From zero to hero for Dwayne Bravo. Being struck by Yuvraj for 2 successive 4s. Celebrations all around Sabina Park.
If you thought that was crazy, wait till you hear what went down in a bar at 2 a.m. David Warner punched Joe Root in Birmingham after a Champions Trophy match. The story goes, Root was wearing a wig in Aussie colors as a fake beard, but Warne snapped, thinking he was mocking Hashim Amla.
Obviously it occurred that I had struck Joe Root in the face, and I'm here today just to put my hand up and, you know, apologise publicly to Joe, and to basically say that I'm owning up, putting my hand up. I'm responsible for my actions. Extremely remorseful. I'm extremely apologetic. Should not have happened. I've exchanged text messages with Joe. He accepted my apology, which I'm thoroughly grateful for.
But Dale Steyn made life terrifying for Mike Hussey. In the 2009 Test, he bowled and overpacked with brutal short balls. It felt less like 6 deliveries and more like 6 rounds in a boxing ring.
And it's the only time I've ever lost it on a cricket field. So Dale Steyn comes in and first ball bouncer, straight past my eyebrows. Next one hits me on the shoulder, got one on the ribs, another one past the eyebrows. I think I got a top edge on one that flew over the slips for a couple, and I could actually just feel the blood just start coming up my legs.
Off the batsman, and could quite easily have gone down to fine leg, could have easily shirked the work.
Here's the man back on the square leg boundary. It may be that they feel that Hussey might have a hook or... It's a few times that Michael Hussey has been out to the short ball.
Thought, oh no, I'm in trouble here. Sure enough, another bouncer comes past my eyebrows, like literally just nearly nicked my helmet. And he came down, he stared at me, and I said, "F you, Dale Steyn." He said, "What'd you say?" I said, "F you, Dale Steyn." He goes, "You're shitting yourself, aren't you?" "Good oath, I'm shitting myself." Anyway, I had to laugh afterwards because the umpire came up to Dale Steyn and said, "Mate, stop sledging the batsman. You you just get back and bowled." And Dale's like saying, "I didn't say anything. He was the one saying it to me." Anyway, where Hads comes into it is I managed to survive that night. It was late in the day. I don't know how I survived. I was back.
But look, this next one takes us all the way back to 1981, when 2 legends nearly turned Test cricket into a street fight. Javed Miandad pushed an in-swinger from Dennis Lillee to the onside and went for a run. But on his way, he collided with Lillee. From the footage, it looked like Lillee deliberately blocked him, and Miandad shoved past to complete the run. What came next was absolute madness. Lillee kicked Miandad, and Miandad, holding his bat like a spear, charged right back.
Well, this is absolutely disgraceful. It really is absolutely stupid. I cannot understand. Lillee actually asked for that. He encroached upon Javed Miandad's line, and we very nearly had ourselves a fight on the ground.
That was wild. But Sachin versus Warne? That was legendary. A battle that defined an era. Warne was a nightmare for batsmen everywhere. But against Sachin, he never quite found the answer. In 29 international clashes, Warne got him out only 4 times. Their rivalry hit its peak in the 1998 Sharjah Desert Storm, when Sachin absolutely destroyed Australia.
He just synced mentally.
Oh, well played. That's 4. Lovely, elegant cover drive. Oh, well played again on that back foot. That's the shot. He's so good.
Warne continuing, this time going round the wicket, so change in tactics here. And Tendulkar greets him by dancing down the track and hammering it over long on. This is amazing stuff. That smash back, straight back over the bowler's head. And he's not finished yet. Consecutive boundaries for Tendulkar.
Sometimes don't come about.
Oh, he's hit this one, Miles. Great shot. Oh, it's a biggie. Straight over the top. The little man has hit the big fella for 6. He's off his size. Don't seem to. Oh, this is high. What a 6. What a 6. Way down the ground. It's on the roof. It's bouncing around on the roof.
Warne himself admitted later, those knocks gave him nightmares.
I said, I think I'm going to go to bed tonight having nightmares about Sachin smashing me all over the park.
But this next legend versus legend feud has dragged on for more than 5 decades. Ian Botham versus Ian Chappell, cricket's most infamous off-field rivalry. And it all began in a Melbourne bar back in 1977. A 21-year-old Botham with just 2 ODIs to his name had enough of Chappell's constant digs at English cricket. What happened next depends on who you ask. Botham swears he flattened the Aussie after 3 warnings. Chappell insists Botham threatened him with a broken glass. Either way, that night turned them into lifelong enemies. As recently as 2023, the fire's still burning. Both traded barbs in the documentary The Longest Feud.
Things don't change.
Why would they?
No reason at all.
As long as you're happy with that, it's good.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it. I've heard so many lies, I don't want to get involved.
What, the ones you've been telling him, mate?
Oh, yeah, so what glass did I threaten you with? That's just complete bullshit.
Once a liar, always a liar, mate.
I know, you're doing a pretty good job.
Well,
your own brother had to pull you off at one stage.
Sorry?
At Sydney, cricket ground, your brother told you to get back in the slips.
I wasn't fielding in the slips.
Well, whatever he told you to clear off, whatever.
No, he didn't.
Oh.
So it was fine for you to swear at me in Adelaide, but not for me to swear at you in Sydney.
No.
That was fine.
That's you live by the sword, you die by the sword. I don't care, I'll go up to you head to head anytime. But if you give it out, you've got to be able to take it, and your problem is you can't.
According to you.
No, all right, go on. Here we go.
But when you played against the Aussies, did you hate? There's one you do hate, right?
There's only one.
Yeah, Chappell, right?
Ian Chappell.
Yeah. Well, sat there talking to him. He's calling you a liar.
He's just so full of bullshit. It's unbelievable.
Right. Is that going to end this feud? I mean,
no.
He's an 80-year-old man.
2 legends, same first name, opposite corners, and absolutely no chance of peace. Some rivalries in cricket are so fiery, they leave behind images fans can never forget. Flashback to 2002 at Eden Gardens. India had just lost a thriller to England, and that's when Andrew Flintoff ripped off his shirt, waving it around like he was the king of Eden Gardens. For Indian fans, that wasn't just a celebration, it was an insult on their home turf, and nobody took it more personally than the Prince of Kolkata, Sourav Ganguly. And then came July 13th, 2002, the NatWest Final, Lords. A match that would go down as one of the greatest in cricket history.
Cross. Lovely. Super shot.
England piled on the pressure. Marcus Trescothick was in sublime form, and Nasser Hussain, who had never scored an ODI 100 in his career, picked the stage to deliver a captain's century.
There's the 100s. Nasser Hussain, for the first time in one-day international cricket, points to the number 3 on his back and accepts the plaudits of all around him.
India's chase looked nearly impossible. But then came the young guns. Yuvraj Singh played with fearless aggression, and Mohammad Kaf, calm under pressure, anchored India in one of the most unforgettable chases of all time.
India home, Lords goes wild.
The nation exploded in celebration as India pulled off the unthinkable. And right there on the iconic Lord's balcony, Ganguly had his moment. Fueled by months of burning retaliation, he ripped off his shirt and waved it in the air, giving Flintoff a taste of his own medicine. Flintoff had done it in India's fortress, and Ganguly answered at the home of cricket. Flintoff got cooked, and so did Mitchell Johnson, cause in that 2014 MCG test, he pushed Virat Kohli too far. Things heated up when Johnson fired a return throw at the striker's end, smashing straight into Kohli.
And to be fair to Mitchell Johnson, he's taken a step there. Johnson thinks he's a chance of running him out. Now, I'm sure he didn't mean to hit him, and he went straight up to him and apologised.
Kohli had seen enough, and he answered the only way he knew how, with his bat.
This will be quick. And he goes again, and he gets it away again. It's 4 more.
Kohli went on a masterclass, 169 runs of pure fire, cover drives, pull shots, aggression in every stroke. And when the sledges came, Kohli didn't hold back either, showing zero respect and sending the ball to every corner of the ground. But Johnson wasn't the only one to feel the heat. Perth Test 1999. Ricky Ponting was right in the firing line of the Rawalpindi Express. Shoaib Akhtar at his deadliest.
Oh, what a quick finish to the over. 3 very good deliveries.
And there was a little noise there, although they've got to be very careful, the Pakistan players behind the wicket there. The helmet somewhere around about, but it definitely wasn't the bat.
Ball after ball over 145 kilometers an hour, crashing in like thunderbolts. Ponting was forced on the back foot. He was just surviving, nothing more.
Which must have been, Jeff Thompson, they tell me, used to bowl like the wind, but must have been the fastest over ever bowled in Test history. It was unbelievable. I was at the other end giggling and sort of chuckling at Ricky, who was almost got to a stage where he thought, this is so quick. He had a smile, but usually you'd be all tense and pumped, but he was having a smile because that one over from Akhtar, bowling with the sea breeze behind him at the whack on a fast bouncy wicket, was as quick as I've seen in a game of cricket, I think.
Shoaib had him cornered that day, but not all cricket wars happen on the pitch. Some end up in the courtroom. It all began in the late 1990s. Imran Khan, Pakistan's captain, one of the game's most charismatic figures, gave an interview where he reportedly called Ian Botham and Alan Lamb uneducated racists, saying they never respected Pakistan and carried a racist attitude toward him and his team. That's a statement you don't throw around lightly. Botham and Lamb struck back, suing Imran for libel in what quickly became one of cricket's most sensational off-field showdowns. And it didn't stop there. Botham's lawsuit also included allegations about a May 1994 article in which Imran supposedly accused him of ball tampering. But in the end, the jury ruled in Imran's favor, much to the shock of Botham and Lamb. Not only did Imran win, but Botham and Lamb were also ordered to cover court costs, estimated at $750,000. Some rivalries don't need words. Every ball tells the story. Brett Lee versus Sachin Tendulkar. Pure pace against pure class. Lee, a human cannon racing down the pitch at 150 kilometers an hour. Tendulkar, unshaken, slicing through every delivery like warm butter.
Got him!
Lee actually dismissed Sachin more than anyone else in tests, but the numbers don't tell the whole story, because when Sachin hit back, he lit up the game like no one else. And the one clash fans never forget, the 2008 MCG ODI. Lee at his fastest, Sachin ice cold.
Oh, and in the air, but wide of Clark, just wide of him. It went like a rocket to the boundary. Great shot, absolutely magnificent. And Tendulkar has not moved an inch. Playing shots like that. And again, straight down the ground. Every Indian in the stadium on their feet. What a shot.
3 lethal deliveries, 3 flawless strokes, each racing to the rope. But Wasim Akram wasn't so lucky back in 1988, when he found himself face-to-face with Viv Richards. Akram still laughs when he talks about it.
I've told this story so many times, but I remember 1988, the Barbados test, the third test, last over of the day, and I realized as a bowler, you realize as a bowler, okay, you got some pace. So I went to Imran, I bowled him a bouncer, he ducked and he cap fell off, big deal. And I only knew 2 bad words then in English. And I just said it to Viv Richards. Viv Richards, don't swear at me, I'll kill you. I literally thought it's a figure speech. Kill doesn't mean he's gonna kill me. So went to Imran at mid-wicket, at mid-on, my captain as skipper. He said he'll kill me. He said, don't worry, I'm with you. Imran said, bowl him another bouncer. I bowled him another bouncer. Last bowl of that over, of the day, inside edge, middle step gone, and I went up to him. All those things. There was no referee those days. So after that, the game finished. I walked into my dressing room, we went to his dressing room, and I was a young kid, 18, 20 years old, just changing my shoes. The room attendant came, he said, man, somebody wants to see you. I said, who, man? He said, you better come outside. So my one shoe was off, one was on, spike. So I went, I looked there, Viv was standing there, no shirt, bat in his hand, pads still on, and waiting for me. And I obviously got scared. I said, he's literally gonna kill me. So I ran back into the dressing room to Imran. I said to my captain with a six-pack and those muscles, he's gonna fight for me. I said, skipper, he's outside, he wants to fight. He said, go fight, it's your fight.
But Bravo and Flintoff went sledge for sledge, questioning who'd still be standing in the game years later.
Come on. Tell you what, Dwayne, let's see if you're around in 3 years, eh? Let's see where you are in 3 years' time. Okay. This game's got a funny way of biting you up the outside. We'll see it all, mate. Well, you won't be here. Creeping up on him, Ash. Creeping up on him.
Between bat and pad, McGrath is at his absolute best. That's hit the top of off stump.
This is a clash of perfection versus perfection. And the highlights? Unforgettable. McGrath giving Sachin a fiery send-off at the SCG in '99.
Good shot, a real half volley, and he thrashed that through mid-off. Gone again. Fleming, no hope. 1, 2, 3 bounces into the fence. Tendulkar's taking McGrath on here. This is a great battle. Oh, that's what happens when you pitch up. So the master has the last laugh. He thrashes him down the ground for 4 more. This is a great over for India. Oh, giving him. He's giving him out. Well, there you go. McGrath wins the battle. 14 off the over. The judge LBW seemed to be cutting from off the leg.
Sachin Tendulkar on his way. Some wonderful shots. He just looked as if he was beginning to settle in. But McGrath has had the last laugh here.
Then Sachin hitting back with big hits in the ICC Knockout 2000, making sure McGrath remembered it just as well.
Just getting the underneath edge on that one, but the important thing is the frame of mind.
Down the path and hammered down the line. That's a tremendous blow for 6. Draw again. Down the track again and smash back. 4. That's the score after 5 overs. 25 for no loss. It's a long shot. That's right, Nairobi. That's a fantastic shot. That for me is the best of the lot.
Then there's the 2003 World Cup final in South Africa. McGrath dismissing Tendulkar early in a moment that broke a billion hearts.
It's going to be our caught ball by Glenn McGrath. It is. That is it. That is the big one they want in Australia. They've got Sachin Tendulkar in the first over. Glenn McGrath has got him again.
Well, look at the celebrations. They know how important this wicket is.
Rewind to 2001 in Chennai, and it was Sachin's turn. A sparkling 126 that powered India to a dramatic series win. But these two legends looked ready to swing at each other. In the 2013 Ashes test at the MCG, Mitchell Johnson had finally had enough after Peterson kept backing away during his run-up. Frustrated, Johnson fired the ball at the batsman intentionally after Peterson pulled away once again.
What the Australians are saying is, how many more times are you going to put away, Kev? And Kev's saying, well, there's a lot of people moving, a lot of stuff blowing around, and there's a bit of rancour out there.
Yeah, well, he does it a lot, Kevin Peterson. That's at least 3 I can remember in this innings alone.
Beautiful stroke from Peterson.
Johnson was furious, and the two clashed in the middle with a heated exchange.
The side screen is saying, look how wide it is, mate. What are you doing pulling away?
But look, this next one was absolutely brutal. 2009 ICC T20 World Cup, West Indies against Australia. Chris Gayle targeted Brett Lee and smashed 27 runs a single over.
And you were playing against Australia and you hit Brett Lee at full pace back over his head twice into the pavilion, and I thought that was a big change in T20 cricket worldwide, because you took apart one of the best fast bowlers in the world.
Yeah, you're right. Brett Lee was one of the best fast bowlers in the world and one of the fastest in the world as well. That game is a well talked about game.
Will take some pulling back. That is gone where? Where's it gone? It stayed in the ground. Has it stayed in the ground? Wow, what a clean strike. They love it.
Lee bangs it in. Whack! Archbishop Tennyson, here it's coming. It's there on the road.
He's picked it. That was a slow delivery. I promise you. Oh, how big is that? That has to be the biggest we've seen all day. It really has to.
Chris Gayle. Whack! Fiddler on the roof, here we go. What do you think, Brett?
I promise you that 6 will struggle to be beaten for the rest of this tournament and for probably a long time. Oh, 4 more. That was off the free hit. That will be another lost ball. It should be. No, just in the...
Chris Gayle, I mean, he hits a long ball. And I remember playing against him at the Oval. And I thought, I want to bounce him. But because the Oval's not a huge oval, it's decent down the ground, but it's not huge in those pockets. And I thought if he gets onto one here, it's going to go for 6, which would be pretty embarrassing. I'm not the first guy to get hit for 6 by Chris Gayle, mind you. And then as I'm running in, I changed my mind process, the thought process changed, and I thought slower ball option. I've delivered this blancmange slower ball into the wicket. He just said, thank you very much. Went bang, he hit me over the boundary rope for 6, over the stand for 6, over the road into the school across the road. And that goes out as one of the biggest 6s that's ever been hit off me, probably the biggest. And it took us about 10 minutes to find the ball.
Yeah, it was a thrilling game, and that game, brought a lot of excitement, within the cricket fraternity, because up until today, people still, talk about that particular game, West Indies against Australia and that particular innings.
Facing Curtly Ambrose was terrifying enough, but in 1995, Steve Waugh made the mistake of pushing him further, swearing at him after a fiery bouncer. Ambrose stood shocked, and when Waugh repeated it, the 6'7" giant lost it. Ambrose threatened to knock him out on the spot, only to be dragged away by Richie Richardson.
I was born to him, I'm a normal stay and all that stuff, and apparently he swore to me. I asked him really, did you swear with me? And he didn't say yes, he didn't say no, he just said, I can say what I want. So that tells me he did say it. And then that's when I lost control.
That was a moment of madness on my behalf.
I said to him, don't ever swear to me again. You understand? Or else I will knock you out here. I have no career left. I could do what I got to do with you, and they banned me from cricket. I don't care. I really lost it.
A bit disappointed Richie got involved in it. I was a bad part. I would have been interested to see who would have come out on top of that one.
I really wanted to physically, you know, but at the end of the day, I was quite happy that I didn't really beat Steve Waugh, because Australia would have lost a great cricketer. You know, he probably would have been dead or something, you know.
Opening the innings for England in the 90s wasn't just tough, it was brutal, and no one knew that pain better than Michael Atherton. Glenn McGrath got him 19 times, Ambrose and Walsh 17 each, but none of those battles hurt like Alan Donald. At Trent Bridge in 1998, Atherton edged one to the keeper but stood his ground.
And they are convinced it's out. Steve Dunn has not moved. Alan Donald can't believe it.
Donald didn't like it one bit. What followed was 6 balls of pure hostility. Short, fast, nasty, with a few choice words thrown in for good measure.
Donald is really upset. He is now really upset and letting him give everything.
Oh, that's light. Light.
Tell you something else though, Mike, whether we agree or disagree on the events of the match, what is taking place here between Donald and Atherton is one of the most enthralling passages of...
Atherton somehow stayed alive and survived that storm, and over what Donald himself later called Test cricket at its best.
That 45 minutes was the best 45 minutes I've had on a cricket field with anybody, one-on-one. It was just awesome.
Every generation has its battles. For the modern one, it was Kohli versus Anderson. One hunting wickets, the other chasing runs. It all began in the 2014 series, and for Kohli, it was a nightmare. Anderson worked him over in English conditions, dismissing him 5 times in the series and exposing a clear weakness against swing. Every time Virat walked out, it felt like Jimmy was waiting. But in 2018, Kohli bounced back. The stage was the same, yet the story was completely different. This was no longer a vulnerable Kohli. This was the #1 Test batsman in the world, and opposite him, the #1 bowler.
Jimmy Anderson into his 9th.
And what a transformation it was. Kohli put up 593 runs at an average of nearly 60, scored his first century in England. And here's the stat that burns. He scored 114 runs off Anderson without losing his wicket once. That was pure domination. Then came the 2021 series. The rivalry still had juice left. Anderson struck first, getting Kohli for a golden duck in the first test. Then again in the third test. Those dismissals would be the last time Jimmy ever got Virat in international cricket. But even then, Kohli still averaged over 42.9 in the series. Anderson versus Kohli may be over, but stick around. There's more cricket action here for you.